What's up, everybody? This your boy G underscore Money Raiders coming back at you with another My Little Raiders report on how the team looked, how I feel about what took place and what happened in yesterday's game. Personally, I didn't get to see the whole entire game like I wanted to because I'm here on the East Coast, so it's late by the time that game came on, and it didn't come on until 1 o'clock in the morning my time for the replay for you to be able to see it. So some of it I did get to see on the stream. A lot of it I had to go back and look. So what I'm gonna end up doing is, going back and taking a look at some other key moments. For me, the preseason for me is not like a big deal of wins and losses. For some people it is. Hey, no disrespect. Hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But for me, the preseason is not like that important to me. So what I wanted to go by position of what I seen. So I'm gonna basically start on offense first, and then give you my observation of the things that I did see. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to see everything, but I will be going back to watch, some of the game later on. So right now, what I did see, and I did watch the first half when the Raiders were down 17-3. I did like considering that they didn't start any starters, really, no name starters like that. I mean, it was a few people in there on our number one defense, and really nobody on offense. And the offensive line, our number one offensive line, wasn't even in there. So this was just pretty much a dress rehearsal for the rookies, the undraftees, and people who are trying to make the team. So that's how the way we have to look at it, not be all mad about how the way the result of the game came out. I try to look at toughness, physicalness, strength and conditioning things when it comes to preseason, because you got to be ready, considering how everybody always talk about how practices have changed, training camps have changed, and things of that nature. So anyway, on my take, I'm gonna start with the running back position. I did like what I seen from Richard in Washington. I did like what I seen from Crockett, even though it ain't old Zach Crockett, but I did like what I seen from that new guy Crockett, number 43. So I was okay with what they were doing. And how the way they were running the ball. They were running the ball hard. I like how the way certain things were going. Considering like I said, we had to consider this was not what our number one running offense. We didn't have no number one people in that line. So if these were the backups, they did a solid job. I would give them a C plus, maybe B minus, considering these aren't the guys who you will be seeing normally running with the offense. So that tells me that Mike Tice is pretty much getting everybody in, uh, getting their reps in so that they can be ready for just in case something do happen to one of the starters. So I'm okay with the running game. It was decent. It was all right. Passing game with EJ and Connor Cook was good. I'm okay. They got to give me a little bit more because I have to know that if Derek Carr goes down, I don't want another Matt McGloin, and then you bringing in Connor Cook to try to play a playoff game, and like, you can forget that, man. You're not gonna get any good results out of that in my book, as far as I see it, and the way that I look at it. So, from my perspective, both of the quarterbacks did fairly decent, even though EJ had a higher percentage rate and a better quarterback rating than Connor Cook, but Connor Cook got the scores in, so kind of wash each other out to me. Offensive line, like I said, they did a really decent job considering that it wasn't really the starting five that you would normally have. Nobody played. Gabe didn't play. Rodney didn't play. Caliche didn't play. None of these guys didn't play. You had what I seen. I liked what I seen from the left tackle position when Newhouse came in and played the left tackle position. So he did a fairly decent job. So did Valdir. I think that's what his name. Valdir Alexander. I think that's what his name is. I can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to get everybody's name. So he did fairly well. I see that he got kind of dinged up with his leg, a leg injury. I don't know the reports on that. So, but I just seen what I seen. So the wide receivers did fairly decent. Uh, Number 19 came in, gave us some good plays. I seen Seth came in and gave us some good play for a minute. Flash came in and gave us some good stuff as well. So overall, I was happy with that. On the defensive side, it's I'm okay with what took place. I mean, it still was like I said, it wasn't our number one defense, but we did have some guys that were on the number one defense playing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, majority of that was just in the secondary. It wasn't the front four because you had a lot of the rookies and second year players who were lining up on the D ends and D line. So and then you had Lee in a middle linebacker who did recover a fumble. So that was a good thing. I seen him. He was one of the positions I was trying to keep a watch out for. So he did okay. He just got to strengthen up to know how these guys are to be able to get strong so he can get off the blocks better than some of the way he were, some of the times that I seen that he was. So the kicking game was fine, except when Janikowski missed the field goal, but that got kind of partially blocked. So I don't know. Y'all tell me something. I mean, I don't know. We go keep Jano, but he's just giving me a question mark over my head on Jano. You know what I'm saying? He's getting up there, y'all. He's been here since 2017. Hey, that's just the way I look at it. Some come, some go. That's how the way the game goes. But anyway, for the most part, I did like everything I seen. The only part that I didn't like totally was the play calling. So I guess because EJ Manuel, this is his first year under Downing's play calling and play and system. He's trying to get the right one. So I didn't the read and react plays for the quarterback to read the D lineman and fake it to the running back as if the D lineman does this and keep it if he doesn't do that. Like I understand they just keeping it vanilla, but and you don't want to show your true offensive play calling in the preseason. I'm getting to a point to where these, if that's the case, you go do that. Just run left, run right, run up the middle, pass one way, pass another way. If you go keep it vanilla, but putting your quarterback in harm's way, my book is kind of like iffy in my book. I just wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm just going to have them drop back or in shotgun and let them read and react off of what they see. So receivers were getting open. I would say toward the latter of the game, the offensive line, Arizona's offense or defensive line was getting in on our offensive line, and you could tell. It's just these are guys who are going up against people who D lineman on Arizona who was there last year, and there's just a few of them that were new this year. So that's just my take on it. What I've seen so far. I'm just waiting to see how everything turns out and how everything goes on the next game. Like I say, I didn't really take too much stock once I've seen that none of our starters weren't going to play. So I already as soon as I seen EJ Manuel come on the field, I already knew, okay, I'm not even count this game like that. This is not even our seeing how the way the team looks. So the next thing I'll go over and talk about is the whole Donald Penn situation. I'll give you my take on that. My take on the whole Donald Penn situation is this. I'm a firm believer and a firm person who works for a living. Like, we all work for a living and this is a person's job, of paying a person what they need to be paid, considering. Now, I understand he did sign a contract. And when you sign your name on any contract, you should abide by that contract, what you sign. Because nobody forced you to not take so much guaranteed money. And then, you're not a rookie where you can go in one time. I understand you trying to do the Darrell Revis thing of, oh, now I should be paid this because I feel like I outplayed this contract this year. Like a lot of people say, I feel like you should have went in back in the OTAs and the mini camps of wanting to get something done then. Not saying that Donald didn't go out and probably say that, but you signed a contract, man. You pitched a bitch last year about if the Raiders were going to sign you, and you pitched a bitch about how the way things were going to go if the team didn't want to sign you. You went through this whole Twitter and Instagram and whatever social media aspect you went on, about the Raiders signing you. And so when they did sign you, you signed the contract. Nobody didn't, force you to sign it. You signed it. So if anything, you need to be. I understand you don't want to come into training camp and do the whole training camp because you feel like you're a vet. You know what you need to do. You're keeping yourself in shape. I'm okay with all that. I just want them to get you solidified or get the situation rectified, whichever one happens. Because getting you solidified to me is me saying you need to come in, then they'll pay you whatever it is, bump you up, whatever it is they need to do. Because I don't blame you. I don't go to work. I want a raise, and I feel like if I'm out doing what I'm doing, what you originally came in, hey, I want a raise. And I go and ask for a raise every year. So hey, I understand. So I just think that they'll end up once he comes in. I think he'll be back in. I would say by week 3 of the preseason, he'll be back. He'll be in, and then they'll work something out. He'll be paid, and then it's a guns a blazing because by the third preseason game, they'll have Derek out there in season 2. I mean, game 2 of the preseason, running with Newhouse if Penn doesn't sign sometime by this week. So hey, we'll see. On to the next subject. Yeah, Gary and Conley. So yeah, I did see that tweet that he put out about the shin splint situation. My take on that is if they're putting something out that's not really going on with you, and it's Reggie that's putting that out there that you had shin splints, but nobody really knows what's really going on with you. It's just something that's been told to him, and he says that, bro. I understand you making light of the situation. Keep that to yourself. Just keep it to yourself. Because whatever it is you're hurting off of, you're not on the field. So if something is ailing you, something is hurting you, and you got to look at the situation for what it is for the fans who look at you and see that you're not in training camp. We're glad that you signed your contract. We're happy for you, especially happy for you that you don't have to deal with that whole allegation that you had to deal with the female. So my whole deal is I'm old school. Don't bite the hand that's feeding you. That's all I'm saying. And I did see what you did tweet out at before the game started that you was wishing that you could have been out there playing. So at least I saw that you did come back and say something about that, about you feeling good about the fact of the matter that you wish you were out there playing. So that keeps my hopes up of knowing that you're ready to come out and play and give it your all. Cause I watched your tape, bro. You're dope. I'm giving it to you, Gary. You're dope. So my next thing that I seen was talking about and seeing the matter about Marshawn Lynch, how everybody was on him because he sat through the national anthem. My take on that is this, man. It's a national anthem. It's not it's not life threatening. It's not detrimental to what you may say, think, or do. And it's a song that is being done before you start a game. That's all it is. We're taking this whole national anthem thing, to a different level and a different state of mind. We got some people who are doing it and believing in it because they're patriots to their country, to the United States, and I get it. We all are where we are. But for the most part, we have people in this country who also have to be mindful that other people feel different ways as well about the matter that takes place on hand and is going on what's going on in this world that we live in. We're living in rough times now. And the times that we're living in, everybody is starting to pick on and get on about the whole national anthem situation. So my take is, let a person be. Long as they're not hurting anybody, long as it's not doing anything against anybody, hey, let them sit. Let them kneel, do whatever it is they need to do. They're not hurting you. It's not bothering you. It's not doing anything to you. You can't make nobody do something that they don't want to do in life. So why are you going to try to do it and say something about it on the football field? So that was just my take on that. So I don't have no really big deal about him sitting down during the national anthem. Hell, I sit down during the national anthem. And but anyway, that's just my whole look on it, my whole take on it, on everything and what I've seen. Not no big deal. Just wanted to go over a few things because the game didn't really give me much of what I wanted to see and what I wanted to, know about what's going on with the team. So I'll be doing more of my videos. Like if you like what I'm saying, thumbs down if you don't like what I'm saying. Subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna be coming back on here each week, giving you my opinion and my outtake. So I'm back. I'm doing my videos. Everything is okay. As you can tell, it's a new setting in my background now. Done got everything squared away in my new crib, and everything is doing fine. So I appreciate everybody that does come over and take a look at my videos. I appreciate you, even if you comment on my videos or you just trolling and you just come by and just look at what I'm saying. So I appreciate you. I'm not trying to be one of those people who are trying to get all these subscribers, anything like that. You can come as you go. All I ask, you like what you see and you subscribe if you want. That's up to you. See, just my take on everything. So I'll be coming back to y'all what game 2, which is I think is against the Rams if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see how things go and how things are going to be ran in week 2 of this preseason. So this is me signing out, giving you my opinion, and Raider Nation, baby, Raider Nation. Let's hope we can get this season in and this season be a great season for us again. Peace out. It's your boy G_Raiders. G_Money Raiders. Sorry about that. Signing out to you and wishing everybody best of luck and many wishes.